Okay, good Tavach, everyone. And a Freilich and Chanukah, as we broadcast live from the Greenwald Caterers Chanukah gathering from the Doubletree in Somerset, New Jersey. And we are dedicated by A.B. Spry and family for the safety of the soldiers, their success, the safety of Klal Yisrael, the recovery of the hostages, the health of those that are wounded, safety of Yidden all over the world, for Zev Ben Yuta. We are dedicated by Shimon Klein, Leila Nishmas Asher Ben Yehuda, Gittel Bas Shimon Pinchas, Irving Fishbaum for Issa Ben Razel. And this evening, Shir is specially dedicated by Yitzi Muller in honor of the Shir, and a special tefillah for his Talmud to have a refuah shalema. We learned specially tonight for David Ben Sarah. He should have a refuah shalema with the Yeshuas of Chanukah. I heard from a big Rebbe that Chanukah is 8 days and Rifa'enu is the 8th bracha. You should bring refuahs for David Ben Sarah. You should have a refuah shalema b'sech shechel Yisrael. We are. I'm
sorry, Rabbi. If we could dive in for Shoshana Bracha Bas Rivka Yehudis. She was one of the victims that was shot last week.
Okay, especially for Shoshana Bracha Bas Rivka Yehudis, one of those that was shot last week in Eretz Yisrael, should have a refuah shalema b'sech shechel Yisrael. We are holding on Daf Lamed Hamad Beis. We're going to go into a new parak tonight. We're going to have some very detailed Gemara. We're holding by Gufa towards the bottom of Daf Lamed Hamad Beis. Gufa Amar Rabba Bar Nasan Tano Chitin. So here, Yisrael says that Abi owes him wheat. And Abi admits to barley. Potter. Abi doesn't have to pay anything, because by Yisrael demanding wheat, he's admitting that he's not owed barley, and therefore Abi doesn't even have to pay him barley. So the Gemara says, well, that doesn't sound to be a personal chiddush of Rabbi Bar Nasan. My Kamash Malon, what's he being mechadish? We learned in a Mishnah, Tanina, Tanu Chitin, Vaidalai B'Sayrin, that if Yisrael demands wheat and Abi admits to barley, Potter. Says, well, Ima Hassam, I might think that what does it mean that Abi is Potter? Havamina Potter Midmei Chitin, he doesn't have to pay for the more expensive wheat. But V'chayiv B'dmei Sayrin, but he's chayiv for the barley. Kamash Malan the Potter Legamre. Teaches us that he's Potter in Gansi. Now, by the way, I should say, as we have the Oros of Chanukah, we should all have in mind a special mitzvah to learn on Chanukah when the Yevanim wanted Lashkicham Teresecha, Lavira Mechuke Ritzanecha, and here we are thousands of years later, starting the beginning of the week of Chanukah, learning 2 blot of Gemara. What could be better? We know that the menorah in the Beis Hamikdash specially represented Torah Shebal Peh. The Aron, which has the Luchas and the Shivrei Luchas, was Torah Shebiksav. The menorah was Torah Shebal Peh. So we're doing exactly what we should have be doing on Chanukah. Tanan, we learned in the Mishnah, what happened is Abi had a big axe and a small axe. And Yisrael, the Mazik, had a big axe and a small axe. So of course, Abi says they were tam. So Abi says the large axe damaged the large axe, and the small axe damaged the small axe. So he could collect, since he could only collect Megufa, he could collect from the large one from the large one. Yisrael, of course, says, no way, low key. It was the small one that damaged the large one, and it was the large one that damaged the small one, right? And we said that Hamoitz Mechaver Olav Araya. Haloi Maisi Raya. If AB can't bring a Raya, Shakal Kidikam Mazik. He takes at least the way Yisrael says it, that it was the big one that damaged the small one that damaged the big one. But why? Why don't we say Amai? Yisrael, Abi is claiming one thing, Yisrael is saying something else. He should be Potter and Gansen. So the Gemara first attempts to say, you're right. Abi can't collect anything. Roy Litel, he would be Roy Litel if he could bring proof, but if he can't bring proof, he gets nothing. Says the Gemara, it doesn't say that in the Mishnah. But Tanya, Harizeh Mishtalim ala Cotton min Agadol, the Yisrael has to pay Abi from the small one for the big one damage, and from the big one for the small one, but he has to pay something. And says the Gemara, you're right. Really, Abi shouldn't have to, really, in this case, Abi wouldn't be able to collect anything, because it's a case of Tana B'chit and Vayda B'Sayrim. However, it's talking about the toughest, where Abi seized it. Where he seized it, he could keep it, but only the way, he could only take for the big damage from the small one, and the small damage from the big one. Tanan, we're going to learn the same thing now. In the case where one of Yisrael's oxen that did the damage, remember Yisrael in Tanizville is the mazik from Tanizville. Just remember that. The mazik, look at his face, look at that, the mazik from Tanizville. So, one of his oxen was a tom and one of his oxen was a muad. And Abi had a big ox and a small ox. So Hanizik, of course, Yisrael says the muad damaged the small. The muad damaged the small one. Excuse me. Hanizik, Abi says, Abi wants to collect, so he says muad hizik es hagadol. The muad damaged the big one, but tam es a cotton. And of course, Yisrael says loiki, no way. Elatom es hagadol, where I only have to pay a chatzi nezek. That was the big one. O muad es a cotton. So the din is, if Abi wants to collect more, he has to bring proof. Mashma, if he doesn't bring a proof, at least shakal kidikam or mazik. At least if he doesn't bring a proof, at least he could take what Yisrael says and take from the muad for the small one and for the tam for the big one. But Bamai, Yisrael says one thing, and Abi is claiming something else. Vamai chitimus ironinu. And again, the Gemara answers. First, the Gemara attempts to say, Roy Lital, if Abi could bring proof, he would collect. But if he doesn't, for Einla, he doesn't get anything. Says the Gemara, but it doesn't say that in the Mishnah. But Tanya, Harizem Mishtalim L'Kot Min Amuad L'Agalim Min Atam. At least he could collect the smaller amount. He could collect for his small animal from the muad and the big animal from the tam. Says the Gemara again, it's talking about the toughest where Abi took the law in his hand and he seized it. So where he seized it, we don't take it away from him. Now the Mishnah says, "Hayushneim shel ish echad." If both animals were Abis, excuse me, how do I keep on forgetting? Yisrael amazik. Hayushneim shel ish echad. If both animals were Yisrael's, they both were his oxen. Shneim chayav. Now, what does it mean they're both chayav? What does that mean? If they're tam, so l'chayre, if you're not sure, you could only collect from the smaller one. Because amoitz mechaver of a raya. So what does it mean, shneim chayavim? Amalei rava meparzikul Rav Ashi shmami no shvarm tom sheziku. If they do damage, ratzim ezegov, you could collect from either one you want. That doesn't make sense. Says Gemara, no, both oxen are a mu'at. So anyway, Abi gets to collect the Nezek Shalom from Yisrael's property in Flapash. Or if he has better property in Tannersville, from his property in Tannersville. Maybe he has something in Boca that he's not telling us about, or in Arad, right? You collect it from there. Says the Gemara, Iba Muadim, if it's Muadim, Aim is safer. Echad Gadol ve'echad Cotton, if one was big and one was small, Hanizik Amar Gadol Hizik. And of course, Abi says it's the bigger one that did the damage. V'amazik Amaloiki, and Yisrael says no, Elakon Hizik, it was the smaller one. Hamaitz Mechav, but that doesn't make sense if they're Muadin. If they're Muadin, what's the difference? Which one did the damage? If they're Muadin, he gets to collect from his real estate. Iba Muadim, my nafkalemino. What's the difference? Which one did the damage? Saif, the meitura ma'alya ba'ilishlam. He has to pay the value of the tar, nezek shalom, from real estate. Says, you're right. Amalei seifa b'tamin. The seifa is obviously talking about a tam. V'reisha b'muadim. And the reisha is talking about a muad. But now, we're still not off the hook. If both the animals were muadin and they damaged Abi's animal, what does it mean, Shneim Chayavim? What does it mean? What does it have to do from both are Chayav? Amalei Ravacha Sabal Ravashi, Iba Muadim, Chayavim? What do you mean? The oxen aren't Chayav. The Chayav is not on the oxen. You got to pay from real estate. Chayav Gavra Maboyle. Yisrael has to pay. V'su Mai Shneim. What do you mean the two oxen are Chayav? Yisrael is Chayav. The Shneim doesn't make sense. Ella, says the Gemara, as we come to the conclusion of another difficult parak in Bava Kama. Eloilam b'tamin. We're talking about where the two oxen of Yisrael's are a tam. What does it mean then, Shneim Chayavim? It shouldn't be Shneim Chayavim. It should be that Abi could collect from the smaller one. Says the Gemara, Rabbi Kivi, Da'amar Shutfin Ninu. And it's going according to Rabbi Kiva that the Chatzi Nezek means that Abi gets ownership in the shor that did damage. And here it's talking about that when does Yisrael have to pay? The time of the Isnul Travaya, that's only if both of Yisrael's oxen are still around. The Loi Matzi Matkele, you can't push him and say it was the other one. But if one disappeared, he could tell Abi, you can't collect from the one that I have here. You own half of the one that did damage. Maybe it's the one that's not here. And therefore, I might make a raya. Zil Aisi Raya Dai Torah Asketh. Go bring proof that this is the ox that did damage, and then Vashalim Lach. Then I will pay you. And now we conclude the parak Hadron Lach, the third parak of Bava Kama Daf, the third parak of Bava Kama Daf, the third parak of Bava Kama. And as we welcome in our 20th Zoomer of this Motzi Shabbos Chanukah, and it's a big Kiddush Hashem that people are making an effort to come on a Motzi Shabbos Chanukah. I know there's a lot of parties and people are busy, and thank you for rearranging that you should be able to learn Torah with us. So now we start a whole new case over here. Shor shenogach arba v'chamisha shvarim zeh achar zeh. What happens over here is Yisrael's ox gored 4 or 5 oxen one after another. I'm telling you, goes on a rampage. I tell you, he goes to Tannersville and everything breaks loose. I'm telling you. So what happened over here is Yisrael Shar, gored Abi Shar, gored Aaron Shar, gored Beresh's Shar, gored Eddie's Shar. A rampage. Shar shenagach arba v'chamisha shvarim ze'achar zeh yishalim la'achron shebem. So let's talk about where it goes. Let's not be so ambitious. Let's talk about where it goes 3 shvar. Abi Shar, Aaron Shar, and Beresh's Shar. So the Mishnah says that Rabbi Yisrael has to first pay Beresh. Now the Gemara is going to right away say, well, that doesn't make sense. He gored Abi Shar first. His first obligation should be to Abi, but no. Goes Abi Shar, then Aaron Shar, then Beresh Shar. Yeshalim la'achrim shebem. He should pay Beresh first. V'im yesh by Meiser, if there's money left, Yazel l'shalfanim. Then he pays Aaron. V'im yesh more, if there's V'im yesh by Meiser, Yazel l'shalfanei fanim. Then he gives it to Abi. V'achron achron niskar, and it's the last one that profits, Divrei Rameh. That's the position of Rameh. Rabbi Shimon says, no, let's analyze this situation. Shorshav Masayim, Shenogach l'Shorshav Masayim. Our mazik for the night, Yisrael, his shar damaged, his shar damaged Abi shar, and Rabbi Yisrael's shar was worth, Rabbi Yisrael's shar was worth 200, and Abi shar was worth 200. Again, Rabbi Yisrael's the mazik. Remember, Yisrael mazik from Tannisville. So shar shava masayim, his shar which was worth 200, damaged Abi shar that was worth 200. And he totaled Abi shar. Right? So since it's a tam, zenoitel mana, Abi takes 100, v'zenoitel mana, and Yisrael keeps 100. Chazer v'nogach shor achar shava masayim. It then goes ahead and damages Aaron shar, which is worth 200. Right? So now what happens? Ha'achra noitel mana. So Aaron gets 100. V'shelafanav and Yisrael and Abi take from the shar 50-50. Zeh noitel chamishim zuz, v'zeh noitel chamishim zuz. Remember, initially from Yisrael's ox, Yisrael took 100 and Abi took 100. Now, when it damages again, it damaged Aaron's shar, which was worth 200. So Aaron gets a chatzi nezik, he gets 100, and of the remaining 100 of that shar, Abi takes 50, and Yisrael has 50. I'm telling you, this shar is going on a rampage. It then goes Beresh's shar with 200. So Berish gets a chatzi nezik, so he gets 100. Aaron keeps 50. Mishilafan of Aaron had 100. He takes chamishim zuz, and the rest of it, Abi gets 25, and Yisrael gets 25. Ushnayim arishayim dinar zav. A dinar zav is 25. So Aaron gets 25 and Abi gets 25. So of the 200 of Yisrael's original shar, Berish gets 100. He's the last one, and Aaron gets 50, and Abi and Yisrael have 25 apiece. Now we're going to talk about why this is the way it is in the ensuing Gemara. It's kind of intricate. So let's see the Gemara inside.
So what's happening is
Masnis and Mani. I told you we're going to talk about it. Let's wait. But before we hear Yisrael's version, we're going to hear the Gemara's version. So now, Masnis and Mani. I'm cutting you off because I don't want you to mix everybody up. Let's see how the Gemara develops this. The Gemara says, 1,000 years before Rabbi Yisrael, let's see what's happening. Masnis and Mani. Who's the author of the Mishnah? It seems to be Deloike Rabbi Yishmael or Deloike Rabbi Akiva. Now remember, just to familiarize yourself, the machlok is between Rabbi Yishmael and Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Yishmael says that by a shor tam, the Yisrael, or the one who does the damage, is a Bal Chayv. and owes money, you don't get a chelik in the shar. While according to Rabbi Akiva, you get a chelik in the shar, which would make you then a ko-mazik, because if you had a chelik in the shar, then you would become a ko-mazik. So the Gemara says, it doesn't seem to work, neither like Rabbi Yishmael, nor like Rabbi Akiva. Why? Because Ika Rabbi Yishmael, Da'imer Balei Chayvis Ninu, that when it does damage, Yisrael is in debt to the one that he did damage. So then what does it mean in the Tanna Kama, the Mishnah that says, Achrein Nisker? It's the last one. In the case where the Shar first damaged Abi, then damaged Aaron, and then damaged Berish, we said that Berish gets first. Why? The last one should profit. To the contrary. Since the debt is first to Abi, since the damage was done to him first, he should benefit first. And Ika Rabbi Akiva, if it's going according to Rabbi Akiva, the Amatura de Shutfehu, that when he damages Abi, so Abi Shar, so now Abi has a chelik together with Rabbi Yisrael in the Shar. Hayesh by Meiser, when it says if anything's left, now I just have to get Bava Kama Lamed Zayin. Let's see. If there's anything left, it shouldn't say it goes back to the one before. It should say if there's anything left, it goes back to the owner. And in this case, where they all have ownership, then it should say if there's meiser l'kulam mibayle, it should go back to all of them, because after every subsequent damage, each one has a chelik in the shar. So now the Gemara says, here's how it works. Amar Rav Elaylam Rabbi Yishmael. It's going according to Rabbi Yishmael that when Yisrael shar does damage, he owns the shar. It's his shar. And he's liable. And he's just a bal chayv to the people that it did damage to. Elaylam Rabbi Yishmael damay bali chayvis nino. Udekashalach, then according to you, Achron Nisker, it shouldn't be the last one profits. It should be Rishon Nisker Mebayle. It should be the first one. Abi should get paid first, because that's who Yisrael owes the money first. Says the Gemara, here's what happened. Here's what makes the situation different. You see, Abi sees Yisrael's a shifty fellow. One day he's here, one day he's not. It's not a good situation. So as soon as Yisrael shar did damage to Abi grabbed the shar. And once Abi grabbed the shar, he grabbed it for his benefit. So once he grabbed it for his benefit, he becomes Shomer Sacher. And he's on the hook. And then, when it subsequently damaged Aaron's shar, Aaron grabbed the shar. Because Abi, he messes around with Florida back and forth, Eretz Yisrael. So Aaron grabbed the shar. And then it damaged Berish. And Berish knows that Monday night, Aaron's not here. It's a whole thing. He has a Novi shir, he has this, he has that. So then Berish becomes a Shomer Sacher. So therefore, that's why the last one that has it is on the hook. And therefore, if the last person to be damaged was Berish, so since Aaron grabbed the shore and became a Shomer Sacher, that's why Aaron is responsible. Let's see it inside. Udekashalach Achron Niska, we should say Rishon Niska Mebayalei. It's talking about where Abi grabbed it in order to be Zeicha in it. And therefore, he became like a hired watchman for its damages. Says the Gemara, but if that's the case, yesh by meiser, if there's anything left, yazel the shalafanov, if there's anything left, it should go to the one before. No, if there's anything left, yazel the balim abayle. It should go back to the original owner. It should go back to Yisrael. Says the Gemara, you're right. Amar Ravina Achi Ketani. Im yesh by meiser ben zakav. If there's anything left over in damages, yazel l'shilafan. In other words, if there's anything owed after Aaron collects what was owed to him, because when AB sees that he became a shomer, so then he returns it to AB, who was damaged. And therefore, the Chen Kiyasa Rav and Amar Reb Yochanan, Mishum Shias Shaimrim Naguba. It's talking about the negligence of Shaimrim, of those that grabbed it. Says the Gemara, well, but Mayu Kim to Reb Yishmael, how could you say that it's going like Reb Yishmael? Ihachi Ema Seifa. Look at the Seifa over here. It says in the Seifa, Rabbi Shimon Aimer, Shor Shava Masayim, Shenogach Shor Shava Masayim. Let's get the case over here. Yisrael's Shor was worth 200. It gored AB Shor that was worth 200, totaling it. The Einan Aveli Yafaklam. Zenoitel Mana v'Zenoitel Mana. AB takes 100 and Yisrael takes 100. Chaz of Enogach Shor Achar Shava Masayim. It then damages Aaron's Shor, which was worth 200. So Achar Noitel Mana, and Aaron takes 100. And AB and Yisrael take 50-50. Then, Chazav and Nogach Shor Shavah Masayim, it gored Beresh's Shor, which was worth 200. So Achrei Noitel Mana, Beresh takes 100, that's the Chatzi Nezek. Aaron gets 50, V'Shalafanav Noitel Chamishim Zuz, and AB and Aaron get 25 apiece. Now, that's clearly that each one gets a share in it. So that when it goes AB has a share of 50% and therefore is liable to the 50% of the next damage. And then when it goes Aaron, so Aaron gets a 50% share and therefore Aaron is responsible when it goes Beresh's. Says therefore us and the Rabbi Kiva the Amatura de Shutfehu. They become successive partners in the shor. And the Gemara says, so then it comes out that Reishi Rabbi Yishmael, the Sefer Rabbi Akiva, the beginning of the Mishnah is Rabbi Yishmael, and the end of the Mishnah is Rabbi Akiva. Says Gemara, Imre, Imrein, that's the way it is. Damalei Shmuel, Rabbi Yehuda, Shvaik Masnisen, Shinin, a sharp one. Shvaik Masnisen, don't try to figure it out. The Tobas, right? Follow me. Reishi Rabbi Yishmael, the Sefer Rabbi Akiva. Says the Gemara, Tanan Osam, a new halacha. Rashi says two pshatim. One is that Chatzkel gave a slap to AB in the air. Another one says it means that he blew in his ear. And now the Gemara wants to evaluate how much is the payment for humiliation. This is all a question of humiliation. So noisin loisela, for humiliation you pay a sela, which is 4 zuz. Rabbi Yehuda Aimer Mishim Rabbi Yisrael Glili Mana 100. Says there was a man that blew in his friend's ear or slapped him in the ear. Sholchei Rav Tovia Bar Masna the Kamid Rav Yosef. So Rav Tovia Bar Masna went and asked a halachic question to Rav Yosef. Do we mean selat suri tanan? Are we talking when we say that he's chayiv to pay a seller, is that the more expensive seller suri, which is 4 zuz, or seller medina tanan? Or is it the provincial seller, which is an eighth of the seller suri, and it's only a quarter of a zuz? It's only a half a zuz. An eighth of 4 is a half. So it's not 4 zuz, but a half a zuz. Amalei, so he tries to bring a raya from our Mishnah. Because our Mishnah goes the breakdown that if Aaron's shor damages Beresh's shor, So Berish takes 100, Aaron gets 50, and Yisrael and Abi get 25 apiece. So the Gemara says, if when we're talking Sela, we mean the provincial Sela, which is a half a zuz, then we could have gone one more case. We could have gone from 25 to 12 and a half, because we have a half. Sela means a half a zuz. Amalei, Tanitua, we learned in the Mishnah, Ushnayim Rishayim Dinar Zav, and Abi and Yisrael and Abi get 25 apiece. V'isal G'nai Tani Tana Sela Medina, we have a Sela Medina which is a half a zuz. Niflik v'nisnei ad treisa v'sela. You could say that when it was by Berish, it damaged again Eddie, and then Eddie gets 100. Berish would get Berish would get Berish would get 50. Eddie would get 100. Aaron would get 50. Not Aaron. Not Aaron. Eddie would, again, let's get the case. Yisrael damaged Abi, which damaged Aaron, which damaged Berish, which damaged Eddie. Okay, so Eddie would get 100. Berish and Aaron would, Berish and Aaron would get 25 and 25. No, that would still be 200. Hold on. Eddie gets 100. Berish would get 50, so that's 150. Aaron would get 25. And Abi and Reb Yisrael would get 12 and a half and 12 and a half apiece. So we would be able to go back one more row. So the fact that we don't say that, it must be that a Sela is not a half, but a Sela Tsuri, which is 4. So you don't have it. Says the Gemara, Amalei, no. Maybe it's a Sela Medina. It doesn't go back another case because Tana Kiruchla Lisnei Belezel is the Tana peddler. It should go all the way back. It doesn't have to go back another case. So the Gemara says, "My Havi Allah." What's the maskana? When you slap someone, you pay a Sela Tsuri of 4 zuz or a Sela Medina of a half a zuz. So the Gemara says, "Pashtei Mahadam Reb Yehuda Amar Rav." We resolve it from that which Reb Yehuda says in the name of Rav. Called Kesef or Omer B'Torah, the Kesef that it says in the Torah, Kesef Tsuri, it's talking about, when it says, it's talking about a biblical payment, so that's Kesef Tsuri. V'shel Divrayim, now even though Baishas, the Daled Dvarim is a biblical thing, but the amount is made by the Drabanan, and therefore if it's Divrayim, it's Kesef Medina. So therefore, if the din is that he has to pay for hitting the person in the ear or blowing at his ear a Sela, it means a Sela Medina, which is a half a zuz. Amalehu Gavra. So the man who got hit, the man that was injured, he said, Hoyolu Palga Zuza, since it's only a half a zuz, that's really not anything significant. Loi Baina, you know what? I don't want it. Let the mazik give it to the poor. So then after he said that to Rabbi Yosef, he changed his mind and says, you know what? I am kind of feeling a little faint. Give it to me. I'll buy myself a coffee and I'll restore myself. Amalei Rabbi Yosef says, too late. Too late. You can't take it back. The aniyim were already zeich. Now, and that's true even if there weren't any aniyim around. Because Rabbi Yosef was the Gabbai Tzedakah. And therefore, anan yad aniyim anam. I'm like the hand of the ani, and I'm zeichen it for the ani. Am Rabbi Yehuda Shmuel. For Rabbi Yehuda said it in the name of Shmuel. An ani, the poor, Yisaimim, Einon tzrichen pruzbel. Yisaimim don't have to write a pruzbel. We know that Shemitah comes and is mishamet, it releases loans. That you don't have to pay a loan. Now, the Chachamim, when they saw that people were avoiding giving loans before the Shemitah, they allowed them to write a pruzbel, which is a mechanism where they give over their loans to Bezdin, and by doing that, then they could collect, because the Torah says, lo yigais, you're not allowed to press, and here they don't have to, because it's already in the hands of Bezdin, and it's not them that are pressing. And therefore, you could give over your loans to, please close the door. You could give over your loans to Bezdin. Now, Yisaimim don't have to give over their loans to Bezdin, because it's the Yisaimim, the Bezdin, which is responsible for the Yisaimim, it's like they have it already. V'chein Tani Rami Bar Chama, Rabbi Gamliel Beis Dinai, Yisaimim ain't tzrichim pruzbel, because Rabbi Gamliel Beis Dinai Avim Shel Yisaimim Hayu. They're the father of the Yisaimim. So now, before we go to change the channel, we'll learn the last piece about this. Chanan Bisha. That's not a very nice title. Chanan the bad. He was a bad person. Chanan the wicked. Tokalei lahu gavra. He hit or blew in Chatzkel's ear. So also the comment of Rav Huna, they came for judgment before Rav Huna, and Rav Huna said, Zil havle palga de zuzah. Remember we said it's a sell of Medina? He told him, go give a half a zuz. Havle zuzah maka. He had a banged up zuz, and he wanted to get change, so he could give him a half a zuz. He wanted to give a half a zuz. Nobody wanted to change his banged up zuz. Nobody wanted to take it from him to give him change. What did he do? He said, well, I'll give him another bang, and then I'll give him the whole zuz. He gave him another bang on the other ear, and he gave him the full zuz. Some say that, you'll say, what are we learning this to see how wicked he was? So some say that the lesson of this is that you could make payment with a banged up zuz, and it's considered a good payment. Okay, we're going to just now change the channel over here. Wait 1 second.